Alright guys, I'm going to read you a story. And while I read you the story, kind of like it says on the screen, I want you to make a mind movie. We're going to be talking about this story afterwards. Ready? The story is called The New Baby. Juan ran and hid inside the closet. His sister was looking for him in a game of hide and seek, but he hoped she would never find him. He wanted to hide forever. Since his mother had come home with the new baby, he had felt terrible. All his relatives made a fuss over the baby, but no one seemed to even notice him anymore. He heard his older sister Isabel calling him, "Juan! Juan!" Juan crouched down and knocked over a box, spilling photographs onto the carpet. He picked up one of the pictures and saw a little baby boy. He looked at another and another. Who was this? He wondered. His sister opened the closet door. "Found you!" she yelled. Juan showed her the photographs. "Who is this?" he asked. "Why, that's you when you were a tiny baby," Isabel said. "You were so cute." "Was I as cute as the new baby?" Juan asked. Isabel smiled at Juan. "You were cuter," she replied. "Are you jealous of the new baby?" Juan whispered, "Maybe a little." Isabel laughed. "You'll get over it. I was jealous of you when you were a baby too." "You were?" Juan asked. "Yeah," she said, "but just a little." "Look at these pictures, Juan. Would you want to be a baby again? You couldn't play soccer. You couldn't watch movies, and babies can't eat pizza. And have you ever seen a baby ride a bicycle?" Juan smiled and stuffed some pictures in his pocket. He wanted to keep them in his room so he could remind himself of how good it was to be more grown up. His sister said, "Speaking of pizza, I think we're ordering one. What kind do you want?" "Pepperoni and extra cheese," Juan called as he ran downstairs to be with his family, new baby and all. When I read, I pay attention to the main character. Next, I think about what the character's problem in the story is and how the problem is solved. Then I think about what lesson the main character learns from solving his problem. The lesson he learns usually tells me the big idea, or what the story means, the meaning of the story. In The New Baby, I read that Juan isn't happy with his new sister. His big sister helps him realize that it is good to be more grown up so he can do more things. The author is telling me that the big idea or meaning is that it's more important to be happy with yourself. The theme is the big idea or meaning of the story. It is a lesson or idea that you take away when you read a story. It's a lesson that the author is trying to teach you. Good readers pay attention to the theme because it helps them understand what the story means to them. Readers better understand the story when they can identify the themes. These pictures show an example of theme. What do you think this story is about? You see that brother and sister fall asleep on the way home, and their parents put them to bed. It's hard to tell because we haven't read the whole story, but from looking at the pictures, what do you think the theme is? Well, it looks like it's trying to tell us that mommies and daddies, mothers and fathers, take care of their children. So when you listen to the story, it's good to try to think of what's the person's problem? What is the main character's problem? And that'll help you figure out what the theme is when you figure out how they solve their problem.